Welcome to the Turnpike Sports Pro Football Show. Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We've been with you through the entire regular season, the playoffs, and we watched the Super Bowl all together, watching the Seattle Seahawks basically dominate the New England Patriots. I didn't know how else to say that.
Dismantle the offense.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say it that way.
That was a beatdown.
You know what? It was fun watching two good defenses.
You know, I was kind of torn. I was like, the first half especially, I was like, wow, this is pretty boring. But then I thought, well, that's good for me because I took the under.
Yeah.
So you want a boring Super Bowl if you take the under.
Yeah.
So I certainly got it, especially in the first half.
But congratulations to Seattle. Well-deserved. They were one of the
absolutely.
best teams all season long. One of the longest shots to make the Super Bowl, too. I think they were 60-1 in some books.
I have to verify this, but I heard on the radio that it was like the first time in history that both teams were like over 50-1 before the season started to make the Super Bowl. But, you know, hey, good for hey, it's exciting.
Yeah.
So, you know what? It's teams that you never thought would showed up. So, everyone was saying, oh, this is Buffalo Bills' year. And really, they didn't live up to it at all.
No.
So.
And everyone pointed out the weak schedule for the Patriots. But you know what? You got to play the games you're given.
Yeah.
That's
it wasn't their fault. You know,
it showed in the playoffs that offense was not what they
mean,
thought it was from the regular season. But just before we get into our What Happened segments for the Super Bowl here, some of the numbers came out for the Super Bowl in terms of audience.
Okay.
After 3 straight years of record Super Bowl viewership, we had our first dip. 124.9 million viewers, down 2% from last year. Still the second highest viewership.
We were in New Jersey at the time, and we have a place in Massachusetts. We weren't there for a couple weeks, so it was, we didn't see the hype. But we talked to people there, and they were all excited, and they were convinced of a Patriots win from what they were just saying all year and things like that. But there just wasn't a lot of buzz around it in the New York City, New Jersey, Pennsylvania area. So it was one of those things where I guess it was one of the things that, these two teams weren't expected to get there.
Yeah.
So they weren't televised a lot around the country. So I don't think I really saw a full Patriots game this year. So everyone was talking about how great Drake May was.
I saw 2.
Well, the Jets against the Jets.
But other than that, I really didn't watch them.
But no, I didn't see a lot of either team this year. So I didn't know what to expect. So I wasn't excited. I wasn't really, I didn't have a dog in the fight kind of thing. So it was one of those things, well, I'm interested in it. I'll look at it. But, it wasn't the teams, I was expecting to see, and quite frankly, was hoping to see.
Yeah.
So.
Did set a record, though. Peak viewership in the second quarter, 137.8 million. Mm-hmm. That's where the record came from. Was not record viewership overall, though.
Yeah.
And also, I saw a lot of people, small market teams, Seattle, New England. They technically are the small market teams.
By the fourth quarter, at one point, it was pretty much decided.
It was decided. I think it was decided at halftime.
The defensive touchdown, which it was one of your prop bets, was after that you saw the writing on the wall. So I would expect a lot of people to be tuning out or so.
Well, anyway, let's get to our final What Happened of the 2025 season here for the Super Bowl. We're going to do it right now.
Hey, what happened?
Starting off with the team side of everything, besides the Seattle Seahawks becoming the 16th team to win multiple Super Bowls, 2 or more, they were the first Super Bowl champion to have 0 turnovers in the postseason.
Yeah, no, they were so good offensively.
Their head coach, third youngest coach to win the Super Bowl. Also the first head coach in NFL history to win a Super Bowl calling defensive plays. That's never happened before.
And his defense was outstanding.
Yep.
Outstanding.
Still never been a punt return touchdown in Super Bowl history.
Huh, okay.
So that may be a prop bet for next year to look at.
That's probably a little something to put a couple bucks on
next year.
Every year to punt return.
Yep. Seahawks defense had more sacks and takeaways at Levi Stadium than the 49ers did all season long. How about that stat?
Wow, okay.
Seahawks had 9 sacks, 4 takeaways in 2 games. The 49ers had 7 sacks and 3 takeaways in 8 games. Mm-hmm. So good job by the defense there. Gary Kubiak won a Super Bowl in Santa Clara with the Denver Broncos. That's the father of Clint Kubiak, who won his first Super Bowl in the same stadium.
And new head coach of the Raiders.
Yes. So. New England set history, 6 Super Bowl loss and 12 appearances. both records for the
Okay.
team.
Well, there you go.
And also New England.
Is that good news, bad news?
Good news, bad news. You're in the record books.
Yeah.
New England, first team to be held scoreless over the first 3 quarters since Super Bowl IX, when the Steelers did it to the Vikings.
There was talk, the two announcers were saying, we've never had a shutout in the Super Bowl. So I think they were kind of preparing everyone. But, New England kind of got a little bit on track.
Yeah.
And started, scoring.
That's it for the teams. Let's see what happened with the players.
What happened?
Well, we've got a running back as the MVP of the Super Bowl, Kenneth Walker III, nicknamed K9.
Yes.
Because of his number, K and 9, his first initial. First running back to win since Terrell Davis.
Yeah,
for the Broncos.
Well deserved.
Yep.
He had a big one called back too,
Yep.
So it would have been even worse. And everyone was saying how good the New England Patriots defense was. Yeah, okay, they played good enough to win,
Yeah.
but were they great? Were they shut down like Seattle? Absolutely not, because guess what? The MVP was a running back who got 120 something yards on him. So
again, you got to look at
you can't say how great the defense of the Patriots were, and they were very good, but they weren't great. I mean, an MVP was the running back.
First of all, you got to look at quality of opponent throughout the entire regular season, which is what the New England
I'm just
fans
talking
were
about that
basing
one
everything
game.
on.
I was just
I'm
talking
talking
about the
about
Super Bowl.
all season long. It's inflated numbers because of the teams they played.
Yeah.
You got to accept that. And New England fans did not want to hear that during the season.
Well, look, I mean, they're going to have a much tougher schedule
Yep.
coming up. So the real test is coming up for the
Yep.
Patriots. And they might, look, great coaching. They got good key position players if they hold
Yep.
on to them. So we'll see.
Yep.
So
Walker's 135 rushing yards were the most since Terrell Davis.
See, I
Davis had 157.
I even shortchanged him. I had
Yeah.
120 something. He had 137.
Yep.
35.
He had 111 yards or more rushing in 4 straight games, including the one against the 49ers in Week 18. He had runs of 20 or more yards in Santa Clara, and he had more of those types of runs than the Niners did all season long in
Really?
that stadium.
Okay.
Which was a weird stat to do too, because
there's McCaffrey there. I'm surprised to hear that.
He did
kind
not
of thing.
have.
So, okay.
He did not have he did not have that many 20 or more yard runs
okay.
because he was also hurt for a while too.
Sure.
Sam Darnold, ex-Jet, first quarterback to win the Super Bowl after being on 5 or more teams. First starting quarterback.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. By the way, I saw New Jersey News the day after the Super Bowl, and they had the chyrons underneath it, and the when they started talking about the Super Bowl, ex-Jet quarterback wins Super Bowl. So that was the whole angle New Jersey was having.
Well, it
with
was
the,
nice to see
story.
3 ex-Jets finally get a Super Bowl. Darnold, Jason Myers, and also Leonard Williams.
Yeah,
defensive
Boy,
tackle
he was
there.
all smiles.
Oh.
Boy, he was glowing.
I felt so
Good for
happy
him.
for
Good
all
for
3
him.
of them.
Yeah,
So,
no, that was great.
As a Jet fan, it sucks that they got rid of them that quickly in their tenures, but you know what? It's nice to see that. I'm very happy for them. New England quarterback Drake May, he of the shoulder injection before the game.
Well,
First player to be sacked 5 or more times in 4 straight playoff games. Yep.
Do better in the offensive line, and he wouldn't need shoulder injections.
Also, going back to Seattle, I just mentioned Jason Myers, their kicker, NFL record, 5 field goals in the game.
Who, by the way, a lot of people talk about, hey, a kicker never got a MVP for a Super Bowl. He made a good case of,
Oh, yeah.
of MVP for a kicker.
He also became the first player to score 200 points in a season, playoffs included. He finished with 206, beating LaDainian Tomlinson's record of 198 set in
and by the way,
2006.
speaking of kickers, how good, and this is probably no one's
The
not
punter.
talking about, the punter on Seattle was
What a weapon.
excellent, was great.
He made a
Unbelievable.
case for MVP, too.
Well, I don't know about that. You're going too far, but
No, he did
the
make-
place kicker
There
actually
was-
put points on the board. But,
There was a prop. There was a prop for a punter being
well,
MVP.
He came close to
Yes.
it too. He did an excellent job.
And the pick 6 you mentioned, the Seattle
So
defensive
what was that
end.
officially now? Is that
It was
a pick
interception,
six, or was that a fumble?
No,
that
no,
was
it was
an interception for...
because May's arm was going forward, so they considered that him throwing.
okay,
And it just happened to
I have
land.
to tell you, initially, I thought the defender picked it up off the ground.
That's what I
but
thought, too. I
the
thought it hit the
slow
ground, yeah.
motion, you saw it go right into his
Yeah.
arms. So.
17th pick 6 in Super Bowl history.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot.
That's a lot for pick 6s.
Well, with 60 Super Bowls, I guess,
Yeah. Well, that's what happened with the teams. Let's find out what happened with us.
Okay.
Hey, what happened?
Well, final tally is in for our Super Bowl betting here. We both went 2-4.
Okay. All right.
You went 2-0 on the game with the point spread and the total.
I did the point spread and total.
But you went 0-4 on your props.
All right.
I went 1-1 and 1-3 on everything. Finished the playoffs and postseason. You went 7-7. I went 6-8, so you won the postseason.
Okay. All right.
Overall, add it all up together, regular
season.
season.
See this. This is horrible.
You went 32, 36, and 0.
Okay.
I went 32, 34, and 2.
Wow.
So I guess I won by one game for the entire season. You destroyed me in the playoffs, though.
So no, but it was fun. It was
always fun doing this.
Yeah.
So, but that's it. That's what happened with us. We'll be right back to talk with the NFL offseason upcoming, as well as a Super Bowl betting controversy that popped up. Turnpike Sports Pro Football Show, back after this.
In a moment of need, every second counts. So first responders, delivery drivers, and visitors can find your home fast, even in the dark. This is about more than just a number. It's about safety, visibility, and peace of mind. We created a house number that is not only a beacon of safety, but also a work of art. Crafted from durable stainless steel and waterproof acrylic, with efficient, low-voltage LED backlighting, it's uniquely yours. Choose from 6 sizes, 4 fonts, and 6 colors, and match your home's mood with bright, neutral, or warm white halo lighting. Add dusk to dawn, dimming and timing controls for complete command.
Every order includes free worldwide shipping, plus a 2-year warranty on lighted numbers and all powering accessories.
This is the ultimate home upgrade. A perfect blend of style, quality, and function.
Buy yours today.
Smoked cocktails have never been easier to make thanks to our Halo Drink Smoker. Simply place the cocktail smoker on your glass, light the wood chips until they start to smoke, and then top it off with the lid to infuse your drink with a delicious, new, smoky flavor.
Hey, Dave Weischadle from Turnpike Sports. I just got my dugout mug delivered and I am loving it. Dugout mugs are mugs made out of baseball bats, and they are officially licensed by Major League Baseball so you can get your favorite baseball team's logo on your mug. Just think of it, enjoying your favorite drink while watching your favorite baseball team with your team's logo on your mug made from a baseball bat. They can even make customized mugs. Check out the mug they made for Turnpike Sports. I mean, just look at that. That looks awesome. I've never seen anything like them. If you go to dugoutmugs.com, you'll find out they even make more things than mugs. They have baseball board games, grilling equipment made from baseball bats. They even have a section for gifts for under $30. Head on over to dugoutmugs.com because if you're a baseball fan or need a gift for a baseball fan, you have to check out Dugout Mugs. And use our promo code PIKE at checkout to get 20% off your purchase price. That's promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E. Also, free shipping with orders over $99. You can't beat that. Dugoutmugs.com. That's my go-to place if I need a gift for a baseball fan. Well, if you excuse me now, the game is about to go on, and the wind is just right for drinking.
Welcome back to the Turnpike Sports Pro Football Show. Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We just did the Wha Happened with everything in the Super Bowl, talking about the teams, the players, and us as well. Now we're looking ahead to next season, but before we get that, we still got to talk a little Super Bowl here with a controversial prediction market bet that was going on for the halftime show.
Okay.
Had nothing to do with the actual game itself. It had everything to do with the halftime show, and it's centered around Cardi B.
Okay.
The markets that were put up were who will perform at the big game on both Kalshi and Poly Market. By the way, Poly Market claimed hang on, let me see. I got my notes here. I want to make sure I get this right. Kalshi $1 billion in Super Bowl trading.
Okay.
So good showing by Kalshi on that.
Now, was that worldwide?
That's worldwide.
Worldwide.
Now, here we have Kalshi and Polymarket having issues with this one. I don't want to call it a prop, this market that they had with who was performing at the big game.
This contract
Yes.
that they have a dispute with. Right?
According to Polymarket, there was just under $10 million bet on who will perform at the 2026 big game halftime show. They said of that $10 million, $5 million was bet on Cardi B playing or is performing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Technically, she was on stage dancing. They don't know whether she was singing or doing the word of, or just mouthing the words to what he was singing, but they had the yes or no thing for it, and it looks like, according to a lot of reports here, Kalshi had an issue with how they interpreted her performance. They didn't say she was singing; she was mouthing, and according to Kalshi's rules, which were in a little fine print down at the bottom, she had to be singing and dancing.
Okay.
Yeah. So
she could have been singing. They
don't know. It was ambiguous.
Well, then, if she was moving her mouth and she was dancing, I think she was performing. If you're on the stage, you're performing, unless there's something specific that has to be done. I don't know. See, this is the problem with prediction markets.
Well, Kalshi did the right thing here.
Okay.
Kalshi did the right thing. They settled the market at the last traded price at a fair value, which meant that people who traded no, as she did not perform, took 74 cents on each dollar that was bet. The people that bet got the 26 cents left over. So Kalshi took no money on that bet. They decided they weren't going to take any money.
Well, the problem with the prediction markets, and it's starting to come to light now, is who makes these decisions. Who usually, if there was an issue with regard to sports betting and sports betting operators, the regulators and the state gaming division will usually make that determination, what is the right thing. Who makes that determination when it comes to prediction markets? And is that fair for everyone involved? So that's an issue, and hopefully that'll get solved and see what happens.
Yep.
But this is the problem when you have rules and regulations, when there's conflicts, when there's questions about it. You need a governing body. You need a board to handle the decision making.
Well, they have traders that actually make their determinations. But again, like I said, Kalshi settled it.
Now,
Polymarket has not yet settled it at the time we're taping. They're supposed to have a decision this week sometime.
Okay.
But right now, and also there was a person who filed a complaint with the Commodity Futures and Trading Commission against these. So, but again, the problem with Polymarket ran into, somebody put up a note after the performance to clarify everything. They didn't have that up before.
Well, that's
so
an
there's
issue.
a lot of issues with that, but we'll see what
there's
happens.
a question. How about if this goes to a lawsuit? Where I certainly it'd be in federal court. Where would it be in federal court?
Yep.
What state? What jurisdiction? So it's a whole lot of issues involved with this.
The other problem is some of these didn't have it in the United States. A lot of these were international markets, so
Sure.
got to keep an eye on that. But anyway, we'll see what happens with the prediction market situation there. But here we are. We just finished up the Super Bowl. We are now moving into the new NFL year already.
Yeah.
The Combine, February 23rd, it starts.
Really? Already? My goodness.
Free agency begins on March 9th.
Yeah.
Then we have the annual league meetings on March 29th. And then we have the teams that hired new coaches can start workout programs April 6th. Other teams after that, April 20th. And then you have the draft.
Okay.
April 23rd, 25th in Pittsburgh.
I saw commercials for that already. Already they were getting ready for the draft.
They were getting ready last year as soon as Pittsburgh was announced for it.
I would guess there's not a whole lot of, suspense on who's going to be picked first, but I think after... I'm very curious to see what the Jets do. So, I'm not a Jets fan. You're a Jets fan, and I'm very curious to see where they're headed.
Well, given the fact that they've just hired
there's
all
drama
new...
involved with the Jets. I might be becoming a Jets fan just to see the drama that's associated with this team.
Well, with the Jets, they just brought in a whole brand new coaching staff. Again, I think they made the right hires this time. It's very interesting seeing that Aaron Glenn got rid of all first-timers and went with more veteran, more seasoned coaches, Frank Reich. You got the quarterback coach that used to coach Derek Carr, sent him to his Pro Bowl years. So there's a lot of people connecting the dots with Derek Carr
let me tell you
announcing he's unretiring.
I'm very fascinated to see who the Jets will have as a quarterback. And let me tell you something. I'm sure the drama, if you're a Jets fan, you hate the drama. If you're not a Jets fan, you love the drama. I mean, I am so fascinated what's going on with the Jets, what they're going to be doing, what's going on with that team. So, I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure if you're a Jets fan, you don't like the drama. I'm not a Jets fan, and I love the drama. I might be becoming a Jets fan because I'm reading more about the Jets now than I am about my Eagles. So, I'm actually very curious about it.
I always enjoy the draft, but this one's going to be kind of unique because we have multiple first-round picks this year. I'm wondering, given the way the team is shaping up, coaching staff-wise, does it make sense to trade out of that first number one and get multiple 2s, 3s, and a veteran quarterback?
You have so many draft.
Yeah,
See,
it's loaded.
That's what fascinates me about the Jets. If you love the NFL, the business side of it, you should be really tuned in on the Jets and what they're doing because they can make so many deals. They can package so many picks. They can go after veterans. They can take chances on rookies. This is what's interesting to me about the Jets.
The one problem I have right now is you've got two quarterbacks, Justin Fields and Aaron Rodgers, still on the books, and they may be on the hook for about $100 million this coming season. So their cap is going to be kind of structured oddly.
Again, fascinating what they'll do. I love this. I love this.
But before we get out of here, a couple other things. League meetings. One of the big topics on the league meetings is going to be the international games, as well as expanding to 18 games.
I heard France is they're playing in France. I don't know. I would assume they're still playing in the UK.
Yeah.
Mexico City last year had an issue with the stadium.
They're back.
Because
they're going to be
they're
back.
going to be back because they were doing construction on the stadium.
But this year,
Germany had last year.
Had two in Germany.
Two in Germany.
Two different cities in Germany. Three in the UK.
So there were 8 international games last year.
We're having 9.
9 this year.
Melbourne's coming in.
Okay.
Which might be a Wednesday night football game.
Wednesday night.
Yep.
Although in Melbourne it could be Thursday.
It's just the way.
It could be Thursday.
Well,
they already
have the opening domestic game Thursday night. And then you have a Friday night, and then you have the weekend. So there's going to be a whole slate of games. They're looking at possible Wednesday night for the Australia game.
See, I wouldn't mess. I mean, if you're an athlete, I've interviewed a couple athletes, and the one thing about athletes is they have a routine. Yeah. They have a system that they go
that's
through.
The big complaint.
And so that it just throws out. Yep. I mean, a Wednesday night game now this year. I mean that throws everything up.
And the other sites, Paris and Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah, I heard the French game.
Cowboys are going to be playing in Rio.
Okay.
Let's see, the teams facing off in Paris have not been determined. I believe one of the teams for the Australia game is the Rams.
Okay.
And they're going to be playing in a cricket stadium, 100,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, I just see in my notes here, San Francisco, LA Rams.
And that's
in Melbourne.
Okay.
100,000 people watching that game.
All right.
Now, the 18-game season they keep talking about may not happen just yet because the Players Association is against it.
Well, yeah, of course they are. I mean, more games and it's more. There's always an issue with injuries, regardless of where you play, and everyone's hurt by the time the Super Bowl rolls around. But the one interesting thing, speaking of the Super Bowl, is that Labor Day is late this year, which kind of affects everything because the season starts a little later. And also the Super Bowl will now be, from all reports, I haven't looked at a calendar yet, but the Super Bowl will be on February 14th, Valentine's Day, and the very next day, that Monday, is President's Day. So everyone, it's a federal holiday.
Yep.
So a lot of people are going to be having off after the Super Bowl, which is everyone's been talking about that for years now. So now we're going to actually see it in action this coming Super Bowl.
Yep. Oh. But given the fact that the current CBA expires in 2030, this is a bargaining chip now for the Players Association.
About what?
The 18-game season.
Oh, yeah. No,
because you got to get an extra bye. You got to figure out different schedules, all that stuff. Sure. And one other note for the league meetings that they're going to focus on, the league is exploring replay review to potentially include penalties. Crackback blocks, low blocks, blindside blocks, intentional grounding, illegal formation on kickoffs, to replay and call those penalties.
Well, okay, all right. Just don't slow down the game.
No.
I mean, if you want to do it, okay, fine, but just don't slow down the game.
Right now, we got one other topic to hit, and that's the Hall of Fame voting stuff. And we'll do that right after the break. Turnpike Sports Pro Football Show, back after this.
Sign up at jackpot.com and you can bet on the world's best lotteries where the biggest jackpots are up for grabs. Powerball, Mega Millions, some of the biggest lotteries can be found at jackpot.com. Simply choose your lotto game, pick your numbers, or use their quick pick feature, and you're done. Sign up at jackpot.com with code DRAW24 and get a free lottery ticket with your first deposit. Jackpot.com, it's the world of lotto in your hand.
Terms and conditions apply. You must be at least 18 years old and in the United States to play. Void where prohibited. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome back to the Turnpike Sports Pro Football Show. Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. One last topic to hit for the end of the 2025 season here. Hall of Fame voting. Now, we just saw Bill Belichick and also Bob Kraft get snubbed. They are now looking at how to change the voting procedures.
Okay.
And they're talking several different potential changes that are going to be discussed. I don't know where they're going to be discussing these. I'm assuming it's at the league meetings too. Reducing the size of the committee.
All right.
It's right now at 50 people. Mm-hmm. Changing the makeup of membership to include more non-media members, such as historians, former general managers, that type of persons.
Okay.
Also reducing the number of modern era player finalists. Right now it's 15. They want to drop it down.
Okay. By the way, every player that got into the Hall of Fame this year, I watched play. So that's how you're getting older. So there was no one from the 50s or the 60s or anything like that. They were all, when I say modern, I mean within the last 30 years, 20 years.
The last two are interesting. Making the votes public.
Sure.
I could care less.
I don't.
That doesn't bother me. This one I did not know. They have definitely decided they will return to in-person voting. They've been doing this virtual since COVID.
Huh. Okay.
I did not know they were virtually voting.
Well,
I didn't think it mattered,
in
to
an
be honest
era
with you.
of online and the internet, I mean, I guess there's no reason to go into one room and do the voting. But if they want to do it, if they think this will make it better, I don't know what their problem with online voting was, but maybe
I don't know.
I don't know.
But they're looking to make it, I guess, more appealing.
So where was the in-person voting? Was it all in one place? They all came together?
From what I understand, yeah.
And they did. I didn't know that.
Yeah, from what I understand, they did something like that at a I think it was the committee meeting. They actually had a physical meeting before COVID, and did all this.
All right.
But I guess they stopped doing that because of the pandemic. So it makes sense, but I guess they want to get back to it just to bring it back to where it used to be.
Okay.
So that's it for the 2025 season. We're going to be looking forward to doing the 2026 season starting in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's been 24/7, 12 months a year, the NFL.
And it's getting even more.
So, well, that'll do it for us this season. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.